Underdog. Damn. Unleash the power.
Jayson Waller here, True Underdog Podcast. All the underdogs out there, I have got an underdog bite for you. Today's show is mindset hacks for entrepreneurs. What does that mean? What does a mindset hack mean? That means you have got to hack your brain in order what to think, enabling yourself and empowering yourself to make yourself take the next step to be successful. Think about that. Right now, people struggle to adopt the entrepreneur mindset. They have this complexity of, I have to work for somebody, or I'm nervous to make a change in my life, or I'm scared to take a chance. All successful people take chances. When you don't take chances and you play it safe, you lose. In order to win, it's got to be worth it. There's got to be struggle. There's got to be pain. There's got to be adversity. There's got to be learning. There's got to be objections. There's got to be dips and valleys. You have got to train your mind to be able to overcome those fears. You have to adopt that mindset. Anybody is able to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be the best manager. I didn't go to high school. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to leadership school. I learned on the fly. I failed and I learned. I struggled and I learned. I tried and I learned. That's what you have to do. To be an entrepreneur, you can be a solo entrepreneur. You can run your own business with a one-man show or one-lady show. You don't have to be able to train people or have people work for you. That's growth and that's a great idea, but you can, if entrepreneurship, that mindset should be, I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to do things great, empower, and serve people in the community and world. And I want to be able to have self-reflection that fills my void to be successful, meaning I'm doing great things and it's helping fill my soul. That's the mindset of an entrepreneur. There are two types of mindsets. There's a fixed mindset where you believe your qualities are inborn, fixed, and unchangeable. And there's a lot of people that are like that. They're scared to take chances and they think, well, my parents didn't do this. My parents didn't finish high school. My parents never went to college. They had me in their teens and I had my daughter in my teens. So, but yet here I am, built 3 businesses from the ground up. The company I'm running now is $1 billion company, getting ready to go to transaction, gonna go public here in the next 2 or 3 years. Almost 2,000 employees. I mean, think about that. Little old me who didn't finish high school, people talk shit, ran their mouth in high school, made fun of how much money I had, where my parents live. I got a lot of fights. I went to 5 high schools for fighting. I had great grades, but I fought a lot. Never started a fight, but always had these issues of people picking on me and I never fit in. And I fought. I fought for my pride. I fought for my freedom. I fought for what I believed in. I fought because I don't like bullies. But at the end of the day, I overcame all of that living in a trailer park, having an abusive family, living in an abusive household, getting in an early marriage where it was verbally abusive for both of us because my wife had her own issues growing up. And yet still, I was able to bring 4 beautiful souls to this world with my wife and a granddaughter and a grandson on the way. I was able to empower and employ thousands of people over my career to help change their lives and better themselves and their family, to get tens of thousands of customers over my career to better themselves, whether they're protecting their home or they're empowering themselves by owning their power, going solar. But I was able to do that. And I'm nothing special than anybody else out there listening or watching. The only difference is I don't have a fixed mindset. I have a growth mindset. And a growth mindset believes in qualities that can be developed and strength through commitment and hard work. There was a day early in my career, many, many, many times, where I was insecure to tell people what they needed to do, to be a true leader, to get people to follow me. I struggled with that. People that know me today are like, no fucking way. Yeah. And not because they were bigger or better than me, but I was intimidated by their education. I was intimidated by their background. I was intimidated by their age. I was intimidated by their experience. Everybody has intimidation. Everybody goes through that. What you do with it makes the difference. Either you've got this fixed mindset and you're like, this is it, or you've got this growth mindset where you're like, you know what? I've got to learn to adapt to that and not let that destroy who I want to be, who I'm intended to be, who I'm supposed to be. I mean, I remember having a sales meeting. I've told this story in a few podcasts before, where I was in there, I opened my business and I hired people at Chili's. Think about this. I have a little 1,100 square foot house, that I bought. I was 20 years old, just got married, had a 2-year-old, and I was making pretty good money at Verizon Wireless as a business account manager, going and selling PDAs and Blackberries to all these corporate centers and tell them this is the future, like fax machines and landlines, that's out. This is the future. And I believe that. And guess what? It was, because that's what they trained you at Verizon Wireless or Bell Atlantic back at the time. They empowered you to be a part of that movement. I was a part of that. I was excited, but I wanted more. I got turned down so many times for opportunity to be a leader. And because of my age or because of my gender or because of my race or because of my experience, whatever the excuse was that everybody out there likes to make, and I could argue and make on mine, I never got promoted. I had the best results, but I never got promoted. And I was bothered, not bitter, bothered. And I said, you know what? I need to work for myself. I feel handcuffed. I feel stuck in a cage. I want to be the Tasmanian devil and I want to stir shit up. I want to have that growth mindset to be able to rock, rattle, and roll and not be stuck like a sheep. And so I created an alarm company and built it from the ground up while I was still working at Verizon at the beginning. So I would work at Verizon during the day, and at night I would go run flyer appointments. But I would also have to go hire people because I had a little house, and in my master bedroom, I had this tile board that I got from Home Depot. It was a $20 board that had the schedule. I had my dad who retired. I was paying him and high school kids to go put out flyers. I had my brother who was out there knocking doors to try to get interest. I'm paying all these people, not paying myself, still working at Verizon and running those appointments in the afternoon. And in the afternoon, hiring from Chili's. Imagine little old 23, 24-year-old me, no high school education, no college background. I was a badass sales rep. I mean, every company I went to, I was number 1 or 2. I blew it out of the water. I could pitch and outsell anybody. I still feel like that. But that's a mindset, right? That's a confidence booster. That's how I feel. I walk in, I'm like, bam, I got this. But I didn't own my own business and I didn't manage people. And so when I opened up the alarm company and I started to interview at Chili's, I was somewhat intimidated. Well, what do you want to make? And I was hiring people. And how Mickey Mouse is that? You get a job and meet the owner of the company at Chili's? But I had to sell them the dream. I mean, it took 12 no's till I got someone to say, yeah, I'll come work for you. I mean, think about that. I'm sitting down, people are like, dude, you ain't even got an office. The hell are you doing? They didn't believe in you. Not only did I have family not believe in me, in-laws talk shit, not believe in me, friends talk shit, not believe in me. But guess what? Now I had these potential employees not believing in me. I used that as motivation, and finally I got a few employees. And after about 6 months, and it was tough because I would have to meet people and give them their paycheck and go pick up their contracts and mail them at FedEx and show up to installs. I mean, it was a shit show. But when you build a business, for all those young entrepreneurs out there, not young in age, young as an entrepreneur, you're going to grind. You can't get to level 9 in the building by an elevator in business. You're going to have to walk each damn little step. Every little piece you're going to have to do. And that's part of it. From the tile boards to the hiring people at Chili's to the handwritten paychecks. I mean, you name it. I've been through it all. Finally got an office, started hiring people. Was still somewhat intimidated, getting used to things. It was about 90 days, 120 days in. And I remember having this room of salespeople. And I remember that our numbers were horrible. And it was a Saturday. And I said, hey, I need everyone who doesn't have a deal on the board to come on Sunday, tomorrow, and do training. You 4 don't have a deal on the board. Is there an issue with any of you guys doing training? And the first person, a little older than me, college educated, great salesperson, had a big fat goose egg for the week. Said to me, I ain't coming in for training. I said, you know what? Get your shit and get the fuck out of my office. He said, excuse me? I said, nope, get it and get out. Because I got fed up with every single time that I asked any of them to do it, they manipulated me. They took advantage of me. They made me feel less than. They saw my insecurity of competence and they took advantage of that shit. And that day was one of those moments where I changed the dial a little bit and made a scene and bounced his ass out of that office and said, is there anybody else that doesn't want to come in tomorrow for training, doesn't have to do it? Because if you don't, you can follow him out, because I'm writing the checks here. This is my show. I'm the producer, I'm the actor, I'm the writer, and I'm the damn filmmaker. We're going to do it my way, and we're going to learn this together. But damn it, if you got a big fat zero, you need to go work somewhere else, or you need to come in and train to get better. And I started to be able to be strong enough to have accountability, because I was pushed and I was pushed and I was pushed till I had enough. And I snapped and said, I'm taking control. And I had many moments like that throughout my career, because I was stuck with that fixed mindset. And I had to realize I needed to have that mindset to grow, to learn, to fail, to have bad days, to have good days. Building that company up, going through those challenges of insecurity was hard. But after, I had people follow me. They believed in what I was doing. They saw that I had all this potential. It didn't matter about my age or my education or my background or my race or my gender. None of that mattered. What mattered was I had a message that they could feel and understand and want to be a part of, and then they could join that movement with me. And I was able to build that business up, and then build the second business up, and then start over completely in the solar industry and fail for 2 years, and then build it up to where we got almost 2,000 employees and almost $1 billion in revenue. And I did that because I was optimistic with my mind, guys. I had that growth mindset that I can get better. You're not going to walk out and be great every single day. You're not going to be the guy on Talladega Nights and piss excellence. That's just not going to happen. You're going to have to fail. You're going to have bad days. You're going to make bad decisions. That's okay. Because every decision you make, bad or good, you learn. Every failure you have, you learn, and you get a little better for the next day. You want to be able to have these things happen. You want to be able to change that mindset. We have to find a way in our world to not let social media, parents, family, friends, siblings, spouses control our mindset. Your mindset is yours. Not one person, not one thing can take it away. It's yours. You choose how you feel every day. You choose to look at the glass half full or the glass half empty. You choose if you're going to take shit today or you're going to make shit happen today. You choose, is it one day or day one in what you're going to do? You make those decisions. Not me, not your mom, not your dad, not your cousin, not your wife, not your husband. None of them. You do. And maybe you're out there and you're working a dead-end job and you're not happy. Fucking quit. Go do something that makes you happy. Money does not rule the world. Downsize. Do something you want to do. Maybe you do something you love and you're excited about it, but you want to learn to scale. Get on and get coaching. Everybody needs to be coached. Utilize Clubhouse. You can go visit my Clubhouse. You can utilize Instagram. You can reach out to people for coaching. But you can't sit there and wither away and not take chances and not make yourself better. There's too many great people out there that get scared to take a chance and that quit too early. You got to change that mindset, guys. Don't have a fixed mindset. Don't be dictated by the outside world. Have a growth mindset. Be able to change and utilize what you're going to do. Make sure you check us out on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube channel, and JaysonWaller.com and TrueUnderdog.com. Bam! And that concludes another episode here on True Underdog. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the YouTube channel. You can always visit TrueUnderdog.com, subscribe to all of them. Make sure you check out our newest episodes coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. True Underdog, baby. Bam!